So today we've come to Taibach Community Centre on the edge of the Port Talbot Steelworks, and we're holding a session for the local community to understand a bit more about the exciting plans that are in place to develop the Port Talbot Steelworks for its low carbon future. I've got with me today Andrea Kellegher. She's a communications advisor from Turley's. And Andrea, tell me why these sort of events are important as we go through planning.
Yeah, so we like to come out to the community to inform them about the plans that we're bringing forward, and we find that it encourages some participation so that we can get feedback from the community on what they think about our proposals before we put in a planning application.
Yeah, so there's just this event, but there's more coming, isn't there? You know, you're doing a number of these events across Port Talbot, but it's not all we're doing, is it? There's other communications with the community to make sure they know what we're doing and give them an opportunity to feedback.
Absolutely. So we've got a lot of online engagement as well. So our project website at greensteelfuture.com, people can find out more information about the EAF there. We've got information out on social media, through the press. We've got several events taking place, and we held an online webinar event as well, so people can find out more information there.
Yeah, so I know we had the employee event recently in the works where employees could come and have a chat about what's going on. As you said, we had the webinar online yesterday. There's a number of these events. We've been here for a couple of hours this evening. What are the sort of topics that people are generally asking questions about?
Yeah, I mean, the legacy of the steelworks is really important to people. So information about what's going to happen with the blast furnaces, as well as people are really interested in the future. So what are the benefits of moving to an electric arc furnace? What does that mean for the people of Port Talbot? So in terms of environmental benefits and what the community would see through this new scheme is something that we've had a lot of questions on today.
Yeah, and I think I'm right in saying this is kind of pre-application consultation. I'm not sure if that's the right phraseology, but where it goes into a more formal process where we have to consult with key stakeholders as well. When's that happening and what does that look like?
Yeah, so we're in the kind of initial pre-application stage at the moment, and then in September we'll hold the formal consultation. So that's when we'll have more detail on the planning application documents, and they'll all be available on the website, but people can look and delve a little bit further into the detail, whereas today we're giving people more of a high-level overview and taking that feedback in before we finalise the plans moving forwards.
Yeah, and I see on the table behind us there are some forms that people can fill in with their thoughts, questions, concerns. What's the process for dealing with those concerns in the planning application about how we might address them or mitigate any of those concerns? Is that part of the formal planning process, is it?
Absolutely. So we need to submit something that's called a pre-application consultation report, and that explains how we engaged with the community and how we've met the requirements, but it also includes what people have said and how we've considered their feedback as part of our design process. So we need to show the council and the decision maker how we've taken people's views into account. So that's a great report to look at when the application is submitted later this year.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Thanks, Andrea, because I've been here talking to people already this afternoon, and people have got their concerns, but generally I think people are quite positive about what the company is doing. They understand the impact on the people, but certainly the locals have been concerned about environmental impact of the steelworks for many years, and they can see an improvement there, and they see it as a sort of a progression that any industry would go through. Is that the feeling you're getting?
Yeah, people know that things need to change, and that although there is the legacy and the history of the steelworks, that we need to find a new way to make steel that is more environmentally friendly. And I think people are really happy to see that Tata Steel are here to stay, and that they have an aspiration to continue making steel at Port Talbot.
Brilliant, thanks Andrea. So there we are, here we are at Taibach Community Centre with members of the local community. There are more sessions planned in and around Port Talbot over the coming days, and it's all part of the planning process which will come to a head later this year when we put the formal planning application in, and then hopefully that will be approved such we can put spades in the ground from next July or August. Thanks very much for joining us, Andrea.
Thank you.